Hey guys, Joker here. Today I'm going to talk about an anime called Buddy Daddies. It's an amazing, heartwarming, a bit dark sometimes anime. It really had me to tears. Some people compare it to Spy X Family, but I don't think it's the same. And honestly, I think I ended up liking Buddy Daddies more. But anyway, you can find Buddy Daddies on Crunchyroll, and it is both in English sub and English dub. And I think it also they have it in a few other languages, but I'm not 100% sure. So, Buddy Daddies is basically about these two men, Kazuki Kuroso and Rei Suwa, and they're assassins who at one point accidentally end up having to take care of this girl named, well, little girl named Miri Anasaki. And the reason why they end up having to take care of her, um, I'm going to be getting into some spoilers, is because they're assassins, and in the first episode, the target that they end up having to kill ends up being her father. And in the beginning, Ray isn't too happy because he wanted a cat. And we are sort of explained that Kazuki came from an orphanage, so he doesn't remember his parents much. However, Ray comes from a family of assassins, and he didn't really have the best upbringing. So there are a lot of times that he's basically like a child in the body of an adult, and I think it's a little bit endearing and heartwarming. Each episode is mostly them doing assassin jobs and having to kill somebody, and then having a heartwarming moment with Miri, such as enrolling her in daycare or buying her toys, spending time with her, playing, and just meeting her needs. But halfway through it, like the story, things really like take a turn in an unexpected way, because this whole time they're taking care of this child, but they're not letting the organization that they work for know that they're taking care of this child, while at the same time they're not really letting the child or the normal people around them that they're assassins. And there comes a moment where they have to choose between whether they keep taking care of the child or they let her go. And at first they were willing to let her be with her mother, because her mother kind of didn't really want her. Her mom seemed to resent her and just really dump all of her insecurities and just negative emotions, and not liking the fact that she became a mother at a young age onto the poor child that really didn't even wish to be born. And so later on, she comes back because apparently she got cancer. But I'm not 100% because it didn't fully I don't know. I At first I was going to believe it, but then we're told that one of the other characters, Q, I don't remember what his actual name is because in the whole show they just called him Q. He tells them that he knew that Ray's father had been investigating Ray, and so he thought it would be a good idea that if Miri went away, that things would be okay, because eventually the head of the Suwa family gets fed up that Ray is kind of being distracted and he's not being his oh so perfect obedient little puppet. um And so he thought that if she went with her mother, things would be all right. And then he kind of regrets it. So then he does everything he can to help them out once they decide that the only way that they can live happily with her as a family is if they just kill the organization. And then at the end we get a bit of a like very heartwarming time skip. It's really sweet. The anime is only 12 episodes, but it's so wholesome and I highly recommend it because so we get to see these characters grow. Like we see Ray go from literally a child or an emotionless robot who doesn't really know how to function in society to, I would say, an awkward father. And he still has his moments, and you can tell, especially when he's starting to come more out of his shell. And then you have Kasuki, who finally let go of his past and doesn't continue to beat himself up for having caused the death of his wife and unborn child. Um, and just hearing Miri constantly call them Papa Kasuki and Papa Ray is just adorable. I highly recommend this anime. I had been waiting for the longest time so it could be done and I could finish it and I could talk to you guys about it because it's a wholesome anime. I love it. I highly recommend it. I think it's not one of those animes that I really enjoy and I could probably rewatch it a bunch of times just like I've done with Blue Exorcist. So highly recommend it. You guys should watch it. Like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends.